And I want to get into my testimony of my life. I was saved at the age of 17. You know, we know the term being saved. I was called, I was told by Jesus, follow me. Follow me. And I said, yes, Lord. I left all that I had and I followed Christ. And I moved with a lot of fervor for the Lord. And I decided to get married. I wanted to get married because I was being interfered with or possessed by demons, because I recently learned of the incubus and the succubus demons that are demons of sex. The same Nephilim spirits that interfered with the early woman and created this breed of Nephilim demons that are now roaming the earth. There's a class called the succubus and the incubus. And once you get a wet dream, once you get a dream having sex, it's a visit from incubus or succubus, Nephilim spirit. So I remember getting a lot of wet dreams and so on as a young man, and having a lot of problems focusing on God. So at a young age, at 24, I anxiously, when I finished my studies, I chose to get married. But Maureen, as similar, your story is very similar. I was in fellowship with, there were about 6 sisters in fellowship with me that were all beautiful sisters who, because of our interaction, we were at the stage and thinking about marrying, and therefore we were like selecting each other. I decided I want to get married. There was a sister, an Indian sister that I had loved, really liked because she was beautiful, but in trying to, you know, as you'd say, attracting her, she did not seem to share the same feelings for me. So no problem. I remember, however, sitting with another sister who, she approached me and said she wanted to talk to me, and excitedly sat down and said, you know, I wouldn't mind if you like me enough, if we could get married and thing. And it was such a beautiful thing, you know. I mean, I was shy myself, and she approached me, and I said yes. And I made a commitment with this sister to get married. Next thing you know, the week afterwards, I ended up in a camp. So I had planned to finish studies, get my certificate, and then I was going to come back to the system and I was going to arrange to get married, put date up. We agreed to get married. And it's a sister, I knew her parents, I knew her everything. Next thing, within that camp, I was more or less managing the camp in Victory Heights. In chairing the program, leading choruses and so on, I would notice a young brown-skinned sister. Every time I looked at her, she would smile and she would tuck her hat in. She had on a hat, a Marvin Gaye hat, covering her head, and she would put her finger like under here. And she would smile, flash a smile at me. And this began to interest me more than even my leading the services. So I would look forward every time, this time to lead services. I keep looking for this brown-skinned person. I didn't know her, so she just came to the camp. She was part of the camp. I was a counselor. Until, you wouldn't imagine, Maureen, when the camp was done, I went to her and I asked for a phone number. And that was it. Next day I was knocking on her door. 6 months afterwards, we were married. You were witness to that, Maureen?
Yes.
Am I speaking the truth?
Speaking the truth.
We were married. And 35 years afterwards, my eyes opened and it's like, I was in an arranged marriage. She told me so, warned me before we got married. At the honeymoon, I was told clearly, hey, this is not a normal thing in here. I am called to a special mission. My life is already owned, as she said, by God. And I am not really getting into this in permanently with you. And I was told all these things, but at age 24, fully in love, like, what nonsense are you talking about? Maureen, in our honeymoon, I was told that,
Getting this thing off. This is
yeah, don't look for sex too much, you know. I was like, what? At the honeymoon? I was a virgin, you know. Now, people find it hard to believe, and they see it as a blame game. They said Adam blamed Eve when God asked him, why did you eat? He says, it's the woman you gave me. But did Adam lie? Why did Adam eat the fruit?
Because Eve gave it to him.
Eve gave it to him. So what is he blamed there? If he's telling God, I eat it because she gave me, I don't know why. You're not supposed to blame the person who caused the problem. So I am saying, I was in a relationship, and throughout the years, Maureen, I'm looking back now, at the time I was blinded, I'm seeing evidence of true witchcraft, because now I'm looking at other testimonies and videos and so on YouTube, and I realize, oh, this is what was going on with me. Alright, Maureen, your situation was similar. Maureen, a beautiful young lady, and then boom, you just went up to Parliament. You want to tell me, yeah? It's hurtful.
It's hurtful, yes.
And ended up in this marriage.
Somebody who didn't really show care or anything, just they're stuck on him and not being treated like a proper person, like a human being even, and just they're sticking and
but yet, you're stuck with him, and all of a sudden, you just...
an enlightenment that this is nothing normal about this.
And you lost your feelings for him. Your love turned to hate. Same thing with me. I started like, ugh, disgusted. And this is the symptom of what happens in a Jezebel relationship. And when it is formed by Satan, so that there is not real heart and soul in it. So we are 2 year-olds, Maureen. 2 out of 14. And how much remains? 7 remain. There are 4 boys and the 3 girls.
3, 7.
A family that is devastated by witchcraft and obeah. As every other family on the face of the earth. Yeah. You know, we look at others and say, I accuse people of being possessed. I watch people and say, you blight, you know, something wrong with you. And next thing you know, the same thing wrong with me. So God created us in this way, and I am now aware that it is the destiny of every human being. It's our processing. God put us on earth here, and the angels are ministering spirits. Demons are able to interfere. And I am telling you that not all angels are beautiful, nice ones. The ones that sinned and tried to overthrow God, 1/3 of heaven, were cast into hell in chains. But why were they cast into hell? Because they had the ability to oppose God. So doesn't it mean that all the other angels that remain still have the ability to, you know, do things? So when God is asking for someone to go and destroy his people, he said, I'm looking for an angel volunteer, I will go. It's an angel of destruction. An angel could bring a hurricane and wipe out a whole city. Angels are not like humans, you know, and this goody thing, their standard of sin and righteousness is not the same as ours. Right? They are not the same. They have a different type of environment. So, angels can do things to us that could be very wicked in our eyes, but it's the will of God. Right? When the people of Sodom and Gomorrah were trying to kidnap Lot, the angel of the Lord pulled Lot in, and the men hand withered away, and they went blind. You know, they get serious lash from an angel. That is something like no dainty angel. That's something like a...
All holy, no,
Yeah.
that kind.
And they're still holy, you know, but not the kind that we just call holy, you know.